Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we will be taking a quick tour of Manitoulin Island and the Killarney area. Manitoulin Island lies around 250 kilometers north of Toronto, and with an area of more than 2,700 square kilometers, it's the largest lake island in the world. There are two ways to get to the island: either take a ferry to the South Weymouth port, which lies to the southern side of the island, or enter from the north by a little current. The ferry ride is an hour and a half long and is absolutely amazing with gorgeous views of islands along the way. Hey guys, good morning. So today we are at Manitoulin Island. Yeah, so this is a kind of a longer trip. So I am right now standing at Meldrum Bay, which is on the western end of Manitoulin Island. So it's a campground. As you can see behind me is a campground, and yeah, there are various campsites over there. So how to reach here? You have to take a ferry from Tobermory. Yeah, so you can ferry either as an individual person, or if you are traveling with a vehicle, you can ferry the vehicle along with yourself. So it's a 1.5 hour ferry ride. So we took a ferry from there, reached a port called South Weymouth. So after reaching South Weymouth, we got off the ferry and we just roamed around yesterday. We booked this campsite for that. As you can see, we camped by the lake. Our campsite was just beside the lake, so we could see the sunrise from the lake. So we'll be staying here for 2 days, and then we'll be going again to Killarney. We are staying for 2 days over there, and then we'll be exploring the Killarney and the French River area. Yeah, so I'll continue to shoot some videos, and then let's see how it goes. Please let me know how this is, how the videos are, because I'm just changing my settings, still trying out some new things on my camera. And yeah, let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. We wrapped up our camping spot at Meldrum Bay Marina, and then we headed to the Core Bay, where we checked a few lookout points, the Old Mill Museum, and the Bridal Veil Falls. Hey guys, so welcome back, and I just wanted to take a special vlog of this place, because as you see behind me, this is an island. So we are on the Mindamoya Lake. Okay, so the Mindamoya Lake is a lake in Manitoulin Island, and the Mindamoya Lake has another island. It's called Treasure Island, as you can see behind me, and Treasure Island is the largest island on a lake, on an island, on a lake. Yeah, so Treasure Island is the largest island on Lake Mindamoya, which is a lake on Manitoulin, which is an island again. So yeah, that's it. So that is a Treasure Island. I'm not sure if treasure is actually there, but that's how they call it. It's a amazing place, beautiful, peaceful, calm. We exited the island from the north. After a quick stop at Little Current, we made our way to Killarney. Hey guys, so today we are at Killarney Provincial Park.
Yep.
And we have this handsome gentleman here.
Hello there everyone, my name's Colton. I'm here with the Discovery Department at Killarney Provincial Park. So it's my job to do educational programs and show people some of the magical stuff that we have in this magnificent landscape.
Yeah, so how big is the park and what are the things that we have here? So we have camping and...
We do, yeah. So there's a couple different types of camping. Here in Killarney, the total landmass is 485 square kilometers. So it's a big area of land.
Yeah.
And camping-wise, what we have available is there's some front country camping. Right now we're in the George Lake campground. So that is the main car camping area that people can come to camp. If people are looking to get into the wilderness a little more, we do also have backcountry camping.
Okay.
And so there's a number of sites that you would have to have a canoe and portage into the backcountry to go and stay at those sites.
Okay.
And so for both of those camping situations, the best way to get signed up for a site is to go through our online registration system.
Okay.
And so if you reserve yourself a campsite, you show up here and you're good to camp, whether you're here in the front country or if you head out into the backcountry on the La Cloche Trail.
Yeah. So we can rent canoes also here and kayaks also, and we can bring ours also, right?
If you bring your own, then that's great too.
Okay.
Killarney, the park itself doesn't rent out canoes, but there are some local organizations who rent canoes out of here.
Okay.
So Killarney Outfitters is one just down the highway a little ways.
The Outfitters, I just
so you can get yourself a canoe there, and a lot of people will be taking those out into the backcountry while they're camping.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are some events happening here. Like today we have this.
So today we have an amazing event from the local community have come in to do some drumming and some song sharing, as well as storytelling.
Nice storytelling,
So it's members of the Native community have come in to do an amazing program here for us. So it's a really interesting partnership that's been very helpful to really draw attention to some of the things going on in their community.
Anybody want to translate that for me? One volunteer? Oh, it's been 500 years. You guys have had 500 years to learn our language.
As far as wildlife here in Killarney, we do have a lot of interesting things to see. One of the main things that people are often worried about are bears. We do have black bears throughout the campgrounds. Now, black bears typically do keep to themselves. However, with large amounts of people here in the forest and some of the food that they bring, bears do often get attracted in. So we always encourage our campers to make sure that they have a way to store their food properly, whether it be in the trunk of their car or in a secure storage area like a bear barrel or a large metal container, something that's going to be able to keep the bears out of your food source.
Out of the food,
we want to make sure that we keep bears' food sources natural, so eating vegetation and various sources of meat that they can find in an ecosystem, not so much the cookies and marshmallows that people show up with.
So what are the other activities that we have? Like, do we have fishing? Is fishing available here?
So fishing is permitted in the park. So if people have their fishing license, then they are good to go fishing in the park. There's an interesting history with fish here in Killarney. A number of the lakes were impacted by acid rain throughout the 60s and 70s that was coming from Sudbury. So Sudbury is not far geographically from where we're at. And so that acid rain had actually impacted a lot of the lakes to the point where many of them no longer supported fish populations. And so through changes in mining practices, there has been a major recovery of a number of the fish species. And so throughout Killarney, most of the lakes are normal functioning ecosystems.
Okay.
However, there are still a few where the diversity of life is still very limited, and that comes back to the acid rain period when the chemistry of the water would have been changed,
Okay.
which changed the ability of the water to support some of the species that live there. So
Yeah.
it's been a process, and that's part of the park's mandate, is to try and work on encouraging those lakes to recover
Okay.
and monitoring the progress as it happens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as there's lots of water sports available here. So if you want to do some paddle boarding or some canoeing, kayaking, all those things are great. There's lots of lakes, lots of water that you can explore, lots of amazing geology, a lot of really
Yeah.
cool rock formations, and a really fascinating geological history too. So
Okay.
lots to see, lots to
Yeah,
learn.
lots to see, lots to experience. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's and one of the other things that we might not have even noticed here during the daytime, but Killarney is actually a dark sky preserve as well, which means that there's a reduced amounts of light pollution.
Oh, okay. I didn't
And
know that.
so
Uh-huh.
at night in the park here, you might notice that it is quite dark, and you're going to
Okay.
see a lot of stars,
Okay.
and that's very intentional. It's a
Yeah.
massive area where there's less light being used, so less light
Okay.
pollution, allowing for a better view of the stars. And there's some amazing observatory equipment here in the park that's used
Okay.
for photographing planets, moons, and all kinds of interesting nebulas and
Yeah.
galaxies and stuff. So it's all part of
Okay.
the charm of the park.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an amazing place. So please come,
Absolutely.
please visit, book some time off. However busy we may be, just take some time off.
Yeah.
Camp, fish, kayak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's something worth. Yeah.
It's a great place to come,
Great place.
and you might get to see some really cool wildlife. Hopefully,
Yeah.
not too many encounters with bears, and that all comes down to making sure that you know what
Yeah.
you're doing when you get into bear country.
Yeah.
It
All
is
right.
worth coming for sure.
Yeah, sure. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
right. Originally set up as a fur trade outpost in the 1800s, Killarney later developed as a fishing village. The east and west end lighthouses were built in the mid 1800s to help ships navigate to the village, and the lighthouse keepers used to travel by boats between the two lighthouses. Today, Killarney has become a popular tourist destination for travelers by both land and water.